Beloved, perfection is better than imperfection, therefore to be with Christ is far better. And is it much far better to die that we may be with Christ, than to live here a conflicting life? Why should we then fear death? That is but a passage to Christ. It is but a grim sergeant that lets us into a glorious palace, that strikes off our bolts, that takes off our rags, that we may be clothed with better robes, that ends all our misery and is the beginning of all our happiness. Why should we therefore be afraid of death? It is but a departure to a better condition. It is but as Jordan to the children of Israel, by which they passed to Canaan. It is but as the Red Sea by which they were going that way. Therefore we have no reason to fear death. Of itself it is an enemy indeed, but now it is harmless. Nay, now it is become a friend, amicable to us, a sweet friend. It is one part of the church's jointure, death. All things are yours, saith the Apostle, Paul and Apollos, life and death, 1 Corinthians 3:22. Death is ours, and for our good. It doth us more good than all the friends we have in the world. It determines and ends all our misery and sin, and it is the suburbs of heaven. It lets us into those joys above. It is a shame for Christians, therefore, to be afraid of that Paul here makes the object of his desire. But may not a good Christian fear death? I answer, not so far as a Christian is led with the Spirit of God, and is truly spiritual, for the Spirit carries us upward. But as far as we are earthly and carnal, and biased downward to things below, we are loath to depart hence. In some cases God's children are afraid to die because their accounts are not ready, though they love Christ, and are in a good way, yet notwithstanding, because they have not prepared themselves by care, as a woman that hath her husband abroad, and desires his coming, but all is not prepared in the house. Therefore she desires that he may stay a while. So the soul that is not exact, that is not in that frame that it should be in, saith, O stay a while, that I may recover my strength, before I go hence, and be no more seen. Psalm 39:13. Can he desire to be free from sin that engulfs himself continually in sin? He cannot, and therefore as long as he is under the thraldom and dominion of any lust, he may desire heaven indeed, but it is only so far as he may have his lusts there, his pleasures, honours, and riches there also. If he may have heaven with that, he is contented, but alas, brethren, heaven must not be so desired. St. Paul did otherwise. He desired to be dissolved to be with Christ. He desired it as the perfection of the image of God, under the notion of holiness and freedom from sin, as I said before, which is far better.